Kia ora everyone, ko Morgnuts tēnei. How's it going? You know, one thing I love about Christchurch, and there's many things, even though you're in the city, you're really close to countryside or the Port Hills. It doesn't take long to get anywhere and feel like you're out of the city, which is really nice. And so one of those walks that I'm doing today morning is a walk up a track called Rapaki track, not Rapaki, Rapaki. It's really close to town. So many people do it. It's really popular. I've got my hiking boots on again, but you can do it almost in jandals if you want. There's a lot of cyclists going up and down as well, so be careful of that. If you're wanting a fairly, not too hard kind of a walk, this would be the one, and you get some amazing views at the top of the Port Hills at the Summit Road. Oh, someone's coming up behind me, look. So a lot of runners, as you've just seen, a lot of runners use this track as well for training, but a good uphill. The track itself is kind of like a four-wheel drive gravel track, which you'll see shortly. So it's just a short walk up this Twas road, Rapaki road. There's parking at the top, but I reckon add this part to it just for a little bit extra exercise, and plus parking up, you drive all the way to the top. There's like a dead end and a place to turn, but it's usually pretty busy, so I often don't bother and I just park down the bottom and walk up. A little bit of extra exercise, not too bad. So this is the top of Rapaki Road where it goes into the track up there. And as you can see, people just ride their line bikes up here, ditch them and go for a walk, come back, off you go. It's so good. But this is what I mean about the parking. Pretty busy. Yeah, just not a lot of room. So that's kind of the wee turning area. Wouldn't even bother. I just park down there, just park at the bottom. You see what I mean though? A mountain biker just went past, but before him, a guy pushing a pram. So all sorts come up here. It's so smooth. So yeah, you can pretty much push a pram up if you want little wheels, or you can ride a big ass mountain bike. I think one thing to be careful of, mountain bikers come down this track because it's really fun. I know, I do it a lot. I say that, but I haven't done it in years. Anyway, mountain bikers come down this track real fast, so just keep an eye out. They do have to slow down quite a bit for the corners, especially at the bottom part. Yeah, just something to be aware of. So the first part of the Rapaki track is under these lovely pines here, so you get a bit of shade, but then you get to the end of that, and there's a cattle stop, and then after there you're pretty much exposed to the elements the whole way up. Pays to bring a hat, slap on some sunscreen, slip, slop, slap and wrap and all that. And just down there is the Mount Vernon track car park, which goes up that, well, it zigzags up that hill there and then along the ridgeline for the Mount Vernon track, which is also another great one. And that's the cool thing about the Port Hills. There are so many tracks along the Port Hills. Rapaki, Mount Vernon track, just a couple of them. There's Bowen Vale. They all have amazing views and they all give you a nice wee uphill downhill challenge. It's just, we're so lucky. So if you're in Christchurch, check some of them out. Well worth it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you're allowed to take dogs up Rapaki track, but just make sure if they poo, pick up their poo and put it in the rubbish bin provided. Cool nannies, tracking along nicely. It's a lot less steep than Bridle Path, so if you're looking for something a little less grunty, the Rapaki track will sort you out. Another thing I really like about Rapaki track is that after that sort of initial incline, it kind of levels off for a wee bit. So if your legs are feeling a bit tired, you've got a chance just to rest the sticks and prepare for the last sort of uphill part. It's almost like Rapaki says, have a wee rest, but you're gonna have to work quite hard to get to the top. So, but like anything, if you put in the effort, you will reap the rewards. And I can assure you, the top of Rapaki track is well worth it. And now we start the uphill. And what do I need to remember? Just plod. I immediately felt myself speeding up, like, oh yeah, I've got to get this hill done. No, slow and steady will get Morgan to the top of the hill. And here is the top. Awesome! We made it to the top. Such a great walk and really achievable. I mean, like, you saw how many cyclists and the dude with the pram, and people walk up here and they're in jandals. It's fine. I'm just wearing my boots because I want to keep, breaking them in. And then at the top, you've got these incredible views back over to Ōtautahi Christchurch. And then on the other side, you can see across the water Charteris Bay and Diamond Harbour. And even in the middle, there's Quail Island or Altamahua. Such incredible views. And even though I really wanted it to be sunny because I wanted it to look amazing for you, I think it still does look amazing. But it was actually a bit fortunate because I think sun would have been just way too hot. So the top of Rapaki track is kind of like that saddle with the car park, and you cross over Summit Road. And if you head over east, you'll cross the part where Bridle Path goes across Summit Road as well. So just east of the car park here at the top of Rapaki track is Witch Hill, or the dog or kuri rock formation. Māori know this rock formation as Te Upoko or Kuri, or the dog's head, which you can actually get a better view of looking like a dog's head from Littleton Harbour. I can't really get around that far, so we're just going to have a see it from this view here. Witch Hill was named by the Europeans because of the tapu or sacredness of the area. So that's why those rock formations are called that. So on Te Upoko or Kuri, you'll see a lot of people do rock climbing up there on good days. I've never been up there myself, but you'll have to ask a rock climber if it's hard or not, I don't know. So there you go, that's Rapaki track here in Ōtautahi Christchurch. I hope you enjoyed this little trek with me. I know it's not the most challenging of walks, but it's a really good one, a popular one in Christchurch, and incredible views the whole way, and especially at the top when you get to see over to the harbour as well. Thank you very much for coming with me. I'm Morgnuts, and I'll see you in the next video.